Hello my dears, it's Oля today with you again, and let's speak with you about renting cars in Ukraine. I know a lot of guys love to rent cars here, and actually I think it's time to give you some tips. So in this video I will tell you which companies you can use in Ukraine, what is the driving rules in Ukraine, and also give you some tips. So if it's interesting for you, stay with me. So let's start, of course, about renting companies. A lot of people still have concerns if you can rent car in Ukraine or not. Of course you can rent car in Ukraine. We have all, maybe not all, but so many international companies in Ukraine like Sixt, Budget, Hertz, Avis and others. And you can use any services which you like to use, like rentalcars.com or CarFlexi or actually anything else. To rent the car, about cost of the cars, about all other available cars. Actually you need to see on their website what they propose, what are their term conditions, everything else, because everything is very different. I will not describe you international companies because probably you have even better experience than me. What I can say, I want to say something about local companies. In Ukraine I personally didn't use them, but last time I had a lot of clients like big families, so we really needed to rent a special big car like minivan, and actually I faced with these companies by myself. So now as a client I already tried them and I can suggest you some companies. Which company I really can suggest? I really can suggest you Sun Service Car Rental, something like that. I will show you the picture of their business card, because these guys just so lovely, so I cannot actually advertise them and introduce them or something like that, because they were so nice with us. We rented bus with them and there was something wrong with their conditions, so they give us another car with driver. They didn't charge anything extra for that. They try to solve these problems as much as they can, and they answer all questions on the time on the phone. They all speak English because I already asked for you guys, and actually they are so nice. They don't require any credit card. If you don't want to have a credit deposit, you can pay just in cash, because I know a lot of guys don't want to use credit cards in Ukraine, and with international companies it's not possible, so they always require credit card. This Ukrainian company, they doesn't require credit card. You can pay advance payment in cash, and they have very low advance payment, not like these international companies, and they have very good prices, and actually you are welcome to use their services if you need something in Ukraine. Check these possibilities, because I think they really have a good prices. I tell you this because when I this year went to Italy, we also checked few international companies, and then we found local companies. Italy by car, by the way. If you will be in Italy, use them. They are really nice guys as well. So they also was very nice. They take very low amount as a deposit, as advance payment, and actually yes. So I think the same in Ukraine. Local companies sometimes can have much better offer than international. So I suggest these guys. If you want to find someone in Ukraine, you are most welcome to use their services. And now a little bit about driving rules. Actually, driving rules is almost the same. There are some differences which I want to tell you. First, the speed limit in Ukraine is 60 kilometers in cities. Then outside of city we have 90 kilometers per hour, and in highway, when you see the sign of highway, it's 130 kilometers per hour. Of course you can break the speed limit, you can drive faster, and actually sometimes police can stop you, but most of the time nowadays police doesn't stop for it. Most of the time if you will drive in city, you need to pay attention so much to signs, to change the line correctly, to stop before like people cross the street, something like that. So you need to keep these rules. But about speed limit, I think now police is more loyal, because most of the time in Kiev, for example, you drive with all people, so all people drive 100, you drive 100, or you stay with everybody 10 kilometers per hour in the traffic jam. So what is acceptable, it's all okay. Another thing which you need to know, because I know in States when you need to turn right on the cross, you can always turn right. In Ukraine you need to pay attention to special green arrow. If you have green arrow, it means that you can turn, but if you don't have green arrow, you need to stay, because by default it's not allowed to turn right, even if there is no cars and you can easily do this, so it's not allowed. So better stay on the place, don't turn. Something about a sign between drivers. For example, if you want to pass somebody, yes, somebody in front of you driving so slow, and you want to pass him, so you want that he give you way, and you need to flash lights few times, and he will understand that he need to change the line, and you will pass him. When you pass, if he did that, you pass him, you need to say thank you for him. So how we say thank you? We press emergency, and few times we use this emergency signs, and then it means that we are thank you. And about night, for example, if you're driving at night and somebody behind you have a bright lights and you really cannot see anything in mirror, again you can press emergency, and this guy will understand that something wrong with his lighting. A few words about parking. The blue line, like in Europe, it means that this is free parking, or if there is a sign that it's paid parking, so it's paid parking. Most of the time there can be some person which will come to you and you will pay to this person, or there can be some machines. But if you don't pay for parking, you will not have a crazy ticket, for sure, no. And actually I've never seen that somebody pay fine for not paying for legal parking. So at least if you stay in the places where it's allowed, it's okay. If you stay in places where it's not allowed, yeah, sometimes police can give you tickets, sometimes police can take your car out to some special place. Sometimes it can happen, so better of course park in the right place. But about paying for parking, don't care if there is nobody, if there is no people coming to you. So it can be free parking, or you can actually just leave your car and go. So I think it was the most important things which you need to know about driving in Ukraine. In general, I need to say it's not hard, because I already visited other countries, and yeah, I think it's Ukraine, it's pretty acceptable. All drivers are very nice, all drivers are very polite, and if you cross the street, don't forget, if people cross the street, don't forget to stop, because it's normal in Ukraine, because I know in some countries cars just don't stop, they just going on people. No, in Ukraine they always stop, and that's the most important. And just see signs, change the line correctly, always show that turn right, turn left, always show the signs, and everything will be good with you. In Kiev, for example, sometimes driving is very confusing, but as I see, all drivers are very kind. When they see a not local, especially number plate, they always give you way, they all understand. Sometimes you can not understand exactly where to go, sometimes you need to make reverse. It's all acceptable, all people understand it, and all people help you. Okay guys, I hope that I give you some advices. If you have any other questions about driving in Ukraine, please write me in the comment. And of course, you're welcome to come here to Ukraine. I love you all, you always have my support here, so don't hesitate, contact me if you have any questions. Bye.